Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously, create dozens of quick lists, display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the end of session. Welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Monday, September 21st, 2015. The question bar is open, folks. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Today we have some news. Let's talk first about Europe. Where on Europe we had the Prime Minister, Mr. Tsipras, that has been re-elected. The fact that he has been re-elected creates less uncertainty concerning the reforms that we have already agreed on. So it's not like there's a new government, a new party, where they said that they're going to renegotiate the bailout conditions. Concerning the American sector here, we have some news where on the American side there's a German company which acquired Atmel for $4.6 billion per share, or $10.42, but so far the stock has not reached $10.42, but the stock is slightly surging. Apple, well, they say that they've suffered the first hack attack, and this hack attack, according to what Apple said, came from China. Now we also have some news on Endeavour Mining. There's a La Mancha holding which actually acquired 30% of Endeavour Mining. With this acquisition, or this participation, sorry, Endeavour Mining will get access to $138 million in financing. And La Mancha Holding, which acquired a stake in Endeavour Mining, will be able to get the full control of their gold mine in West Africa, which is called Ity. And Torex Gold, they said that they made an agreement with the Mexican government of Guerrero to actually have 24-hour police presence in their gold mine. We know one day there was a company, I forget the name of the company, that got stole their ore out of the mine. And so this is, I think, something that's really important for companies to make sure that the investments are protected. But right now, Torex Gold, it's still standing at its top, unable to start any new breakout. It's a correction today on Torex Gold, so I think now it's more due for a stabilization phase before confirming another buying signal. The first buying signal came on September 16. Since then, you had to clearly be in a profit-taking, or it has been in a clear profit-taking opportunity. Right now, the stock is having a correction. Onex, they say that they closed the sale of a company named CTL Worldwide. Don't forget that Onex is a private equity company. So Onex, they received $55 million from that sale. Kinross Gold, they say that they still have some challenges to stop the loss out of their mine, which is called Tasiat and Mauritania. They say that the mine could lose more than $65 million this year, even if Kinross Gold has already laid off 225 people out of its workforce. And Timmins Gold, they say that they acquired for $8 million worth of equipment from an old mine that belonged to Gold Corp, which was called El Sosal. This equipment that they acquired, they will use it for their project, which is called Anapola, which is evaluated at $332 million. And Gold Corp, they promised Timmins Gold that they will take a participation of $6 million in a private placement in Timmins Gold. So Timmins Gold is surging because first, they get access to some equipment from Gold Corp, which is not too far away from their current mine, and they also get some money from Gold Corp of $6 million worth of investment. So Timmins Gold is slightly surging, but if we take a look at the situation today on the markets, though, all indices, they rallied. Finally, we had a massive sell-off on all indices. So it was really a short-term rally. It was really tough to find great opportunities to day trading. Now, would you say that, can I say right now that the bearish ETF are interesting? Well, so far on the TSX, I see that if ever you buy some bearish ETF such as HXD, if you're buying it right now, HXD, which is a bearish ETF on the TSX, know that around 13,687, this is where you're going to have to cash in. Okay, you could get in an SQQQ, but this is only a first down tick. We need a second down tick to confirm the strength of the bearish momentum. And on Dow Jones, if you want to get into SDow, well, you know that the target becomes 16,370. And on the SPY, we're still unable to make a new low. So we need definitely the SPY to go lower than 195, right? If it does go below 195, one down tick, a second down tick, that will confirm the strength of the bearish momentum. Then we could get into some bearish ETF. But overall, we still see that the markets are in a situation where we remain within, I would say, this neutral range on all indices. So it remains a market that's tough. And even for day trading and swing trading, we think that mostly the best strategy is to actually stay on the sideline. Of course, there are some exceptions, but overall, that's the strategy. Now let's take a look at the energy sector, because today we have oil that rebounded, but oil stays neutral. Natural gas, it's a third day of decline, so I think that natural gas, I think it's kind of too late for those of you who want to get into some bearish ETF and natural gas, because natural gas is breaking an important support indeed, but it has been declining for the last 4 days, right? So eventually we're going to be totally oversold. Actually, we're so close to the oversold situation, which will eventually lead to a potential rebound on natural gas. So I would not get into some bearish ETF and natural gas. Concerning the energy sector, we're still neutral on the sector. In the sector here, there's some stocks like TransCanada that are breaking out, but it's really a slight breakout in TransCanada. Maximum, I think the stock could go towards 46.60, so it's not a great breakout, not a lot of potential. Enbridge could potentially break out only if it reverses this downward trend, goes above 53. Imperial Oil, the thing with Imperial Oil that I like is this, look, this bullish divergence. Why bullish divergence? Because look at this. The stock was here when the histogram was there. Now the stock went lower and the histogram is higher. So that confirms a clear bullish divergence. I am bullish on Imperial Oil, and I think Imperial Oil higher than 43.26 will be definitely a great buying signal. I definitely think that the momentum is on its side. However, you see we have a stochastic that's confirming a negative top. So this is something I don't like. So I'd like to see first the energy sector maintaining its gains or at least go higher. Second, I'd like to see, of course, Imperial Oil, can it maintain its gains also intraday wise and go even higher though, and then I feel more comfortable to get into a stock like that. But getting in right now within this neutral formation only by looking at the fact that it's confirming a bullish divergence with the histogram, because the graph is making a new low, has been making a new low while the histogram has not. So even if this is bullish, there's still some factors such as the intraday chart, which is still neutral, such as the stochastics that is confirming a negative top. That makes me be worried in getting into a stock like that. But that's definitely a stock that should be watched for a potential breakout. Enerplus as well, higher than 830. Bankers Petroleum higher than 210. So the energy sector is a sector I think that you should continue to be put on your watch list. This is a sector that could generate some additional breakout. We also have the industrial sector that stays strong today, but Really, in the industrial sector, there are no new breakouts. Potentially progressive rates higher than 36.50, but it has been a false signal because the stock has not been able to maintain its gains. Elsewhere, really no clear movement there on the industrial sector. In the technology sector, there was an attempt by BlackBerry, but BlackBerry they say flat. I mean, an attempt intraday wise, right? But see, this attempt failed, and now BlackBerry is backed at the price at the open today. So it's really a tough market where day trading as well as swing trading opportunities remains totally tough. Now let's take some questions from EHT on venture. Yeah, so EHTJ, you were right. We didn't have the right name on our software, so I corrected it. It is the right name, Aerodynamic Hybrid Tech. If I remember right, your questions, you bought it at 60 cents. I continue to maintain my same advice, which means at 50 cents, it is the point where you should get out on EHT. So far, it's still a hold. The stock is at 56 cents. So whenever you make a 5 or 6% compared to the price you paid, around 60 cents, make sure you take some profit on a stock like that. Do not be too greedy and take a profit when you make a 10% or so. 5 or 6%, I think those are some key percentages that you could limit yourself to take some profit on stocks like that, such as EHT. Now, one question here on I know. Oops. Okay. So I know in US market, would the buy be around $8 on the break? Yes, Sal. It's a great around $8. I would say $7.89. That would be clearly a clear breakout higher than $7.89, $9, $8. So yes, we'll have a clear reversal of this not this important downward trend, but we'll have a breakout that could bring us towards $9. So from $8 to $9, that's about 10%. Right now, look at this. We are all making a top on the stochastics, and every time we made a top around here, we went down. You see it happened here also as well. So this is actually a point where you should not get into a stock like that. This is why I think the point that you mentioned, which is $8, is really great, because we need that resistance to be broken out. And of course, if ever we could break out at $8 and we have a stochastic that goes back up, that will also be a great entry point on a stock like Eno. So great target that you set up, Sal. $9 will be a profit taking opportunity on a stock like that, but so far that stock is not a buy.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
So welcome back. So we have one question from Paul. Paul, you want to buy PRU. Is it PRU on the TSX or PRU on New York? Can you please specify, Paul? Is it PRU on the TSX or PRU on New York? Because both stocks are totally in a different situation. So I need a clarification from you on that, please. So if you can't give me a clarification, I cannot answer your questions. Is it on the TSX or is it on New York? Please specify. Now, if we take a look at the situation here on the indices, look, what I said, it was really important to wait for a second downtick. So, for instance, here on the Nasdaq, it's true that the Nasdaq make a new low today, broke down its sideways formation, but as I said, you cannot only rely on this first downtick, you need a second downtick. So the fact that we didn't have the second downtick makes kind of not so credible, this decline here on the Nasdaq. So we definitely need to see a new low intraday wise on the Nasdaq before considering to getting into those bearish ETF. Now we have some slight push on the upside on the gold sector. Let's take a look at that to see what's happening there. Are there some stocks that are rallying? No, the sector continues to stay neutral. Intraday wise, there's some stocks like New Gold, but New Gold stays flat. It's really at 340 that this stock could give an entry point, but I doubt it could have that. We're not seeing any buyers at those levels so far on the stock like New Gold, so forget it. Elsewhere, we have Nova Gold Resources. The stock needs to go above 505 to be an entry point on a stock like that, but so far Nova Gold is so close to the overbought situation, so close to the stop. So no. Nova Gold, forget it. This stop has been tested so many times. It has not been able to break that top since 2012. So it's really not in a situation to buy. Elsewhere, what do we have? Well, a lot of weakness there on some stocks, but really it's really intraday wise that some stocks are surging intraday wise, but not enough to be considered as potential buying signals. And this is what is helping the gold sector. Now, in the energy sector here, I know, as I said, it's a list of stocks where a lot of them you should watch for potential breakout. I'm going to give you some stocks that you should watch. All those ones you see that I'm highlighting with an S are all stocks that could potentially break out on the energy sector. So make sure that you can take some stocks out of that list if you want to potentially consider some stocks as a buy. So potentially Kera Corp. So those are all some stocks that could actually potentially break out in the energy sector, because it remains a sector that is mostly interesting because it is actually continuing to stay neutral. Are we going to have a push on the upside? So far, nothing is clear, but I think the fact that the Fed kept rates unchanged is actually encouraging for investors to continue to look for opportunities on the energy sector, especially when big companies such as Suncor say that they have an appetite for companies that have taken a big hit and that cannot survive with the weak oil prices environment. So there might be some bargains for those major companies. So this is why I think that the energy sector is a sector that has to be watched. Now, as for the day trade of the day, it's that stock here. It's VBLT. You see, we put that stock as a day trade because it has been recommended since this morning, but really we were not sure if we were going to recommend some bearish ETF, because after the show ended at 12, the French show, we started to have this massive sell-off. But can this sell-off continue? So far it's tough to say, because this cycle here has not been enough to generate enough percentage on those bearish ETFs. So this is why we recommended VBLT. So you had at least 3-4 entry points on a stock like that. Now the next entry point is clearer and clearer. It has to be above $8, right? So this is actually the entry point on a stock like that. Now, so far, if we take a look at this, it's not a stock I would hold overnight. We're overbought. We're due for correction eventually. So if you didn't get in earlier on that stock, don't try to get in right now expecting that the stock will pursue its rally, though. I think it's kind of too risky to do trades like that. You lose more than you gain when you actually act like that on a trade. It might be frustrating if you didn't have it earlier, but sometimes that's the name of the game on a stock like day trading. So one alternative you could use is to actually make the free trial of marketgurus.tv, because every day we update the list of the stocks for day trading. I also want to finish the show by making an announcement. This is my last week at Decision Plus. So I just wanted to thank you guys for following my shows, swing trading shows. Of course, those shows I could have not done them without your participation. Of course, without my team. So I'm grateful for this experience at Decision Plus, but this is actually my last week at Decision Plus. So I wish you guys a good trading. I think today the best strategy is to watch some stocks in the energy sector, but not to be in a buying spree today, folks. Not even for swing trading, not even for day trading, because so far we don't have any clear direction on any indices. See you soon.